Sup gamers, it's me GinePik and welcome back to a brand new Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how you can make a copper farm that works for all Minecraft Bedrock Edition platforms in 1.17. This farm works for mobile device, Xbox, PS4, Nintendo Switch and Windows 10 when 1.17 fully releases. This is one of the most easiest way to get copper in bulk. Keep in mind this is a 1.17 farm. This farm does not work for 1.16, so just keep in mind before you build it. And also make sure to do this is really important. And let's get right into the mechanics of how this farm works. Drown's loot tables has been changed in 1.17. Previously how it used to work is whenever a drown gets killed, it will drop a gold ingot. If you are playing in 1.16, they will drop a gold ingot. But in 1.17, when you kill a drown, they will now have a chance of dropping copper ingot rather than a gold ingot. The change is really good, and also it makes sense because these guys live underwater and they kinda look copper ingot. I don't know if it's only me, but they definitely do. Now the chance is definitely rare, like you have to use a looting sword in order to increase it, but it is still a rare chance of them dropping a copper ingot. I do not know in what is the chance in one and something drowned, but they definitely do drop copper ingots. As you can see, they dropped a copper ingot. Now, chances of these dropping is kind of rare, but they do drop copper ingot. It's not like gold, but they do drop. That is the mechanic. We are using a Trident Killer, make it fully AFK, using a zombie spawner, which definitely has a use now in 1.17 because drowns now drop copper ingot rather than gold. So it's really useful, and this is also an AFK way of getting a lot of copper in bulk if you just don't want to do any hard work by mining. If you would love to test this farm before you build it in your survival worlds, a world download is provided down in the description below, and also materials list is provided down in the description below for your convenience as well. And keep in mind, this farm is made in the beta 1.17.0.58. In the next beta it will also work, in the next beta it will also work, and also it will work in the full release of 1.17 as well, because this is a 1.17 farm. Keep in mind, you do not need the caves and cliffs experimental turn on. If it's off also it will work, which makes this farm works for realms, servers as well as single player worlds. Okay, it still works if this is off, so you do not need any experimental features on, so keep that in mind. And let's get right into the tutorial. You have to find a zombie spawner in order for this farm to work. Now, it can be any zombie spawner, it does not have to be a newly generated. If you already have a zombie spawner in your worlds, that will work. Does not have to be a newly generated, I'm saying it again. If you don't have a zombie spawner, there are two ways to find a zombie spawner. One is by exploring through caves, two is by chunk base. Now, if you go to chunk base, I will recommend you to wait till 1.17 releases, then go to chunk base. That is because there are some inconsistencies of finding dungeons in 1.17. That is because of the location. I struggle to find this zombie spawner because of some inconsistencies with the locations. Sometimes there were no spawners in some locations of me finding it, so just keep in mind, wait till 1.17 if you're building this farm in the 1.17 full release. And once you find the zombie spawner, all you gotta do is grab your torch this all the way around, grab your slabs, place one slab on top, and that will be the starting foundation of the spawner. Once you have placed the torch and placed the slab, go ahead and count 4 blocks in all cardinal directions. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure there are nothing in between these 4 blocks in all other areas. So 1, 2, 3. There are these blocks over here. I'm gonna mine these 4. This will be the 4th one. Go ahead and do this all the way around. Make sure there are no blocks in the 4th area. It should look something like this. Make sure it's 4 blocks in each cardinal directions. Once you have done that, you have to mine 8 blocks downwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once you have mined 8 blocks downwards, you have to do this all the way on these blocks. Make sure it's 8 blocks downwards as well. Once done, it should look something like this. If you have any exposed holes, make sure to cover them up with solid blocks. Once you're done mining, make your way to the center where the spawner is. Make your way down. Make sure to break a 2x2 like this, and make sure it is 7 blocks down as well. So yeah, make sure that you make a 2x2 with 7 blocks deep in the center where the spawner is. Now go ahead and grab your signs and place signs like this. Go place the sign over here, place the sign on top of the sign, place a sign like this, place another sign here, as well as another sign here. Make sure that you find a formation like this, so a sign like this followed by a sign on top, a sign over here, and two signs like this. Make sure that you do like this. Now go ahead and grab your cobwebs, your buttons, as well as water buckets. Now make your way into the tube. Go ahead and count 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Make sure to leave these 3 blocks. Go ahead and grab your buttons and place 2 buttons like this. Once you have placed 2 buttons, go ahead and grab your water. You have to create an infinite water source. So once you have created an infinite water source, go ahead and grab the water, place 2 water over here. This will turn into full sources. Now go ahead and grab your cobwebs and place cobwebs like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In Bedrock Edition, cobwebs can be waterlogged. And once you have waterlogged the cobwebs, go ahead and grab your bucket of water again and place 2 water like this. Make sure to do exactly how I'm doing. First you place the water, make sure it's full sources, go ahead and place the cobwebs, then do the same thing over here, or else the flowing water will break the cobweb. So make sure that you do exactly how I did. Once you have placed water like this, go ahead and waterlog the sign again and place water like this, and that will turn everything into full sources. Make sure that you do exactly how I did. Once you're done doing that, go ahead and grab your solid blocks, which you will get by mining these blocks over here. Go ahead and place a block over here, a block in each other corner like this. And once you're done that, go ahead and grab your water, place the water on top of these blocks. Once you're done placing water on top of these blocks, go ahead and skip a block over here, place water like this. Once you place water like that, go ahead and skip this. Make sure to skip these 2 blocks. If you place water on these 2 blocks, and you will flood the whole thing, and that will be a pain. So make sure to skip these 2 blocks in all other corners and place water like this in every other side. Once done, it should look something like this. Make sure all the water is flowing and not a source, so when the zombies fall down, they'll get pushed into the conversion area, and once they get converted to drowns, they will fall down, and this 3 block gap will prevent them from catching into the cobweb. So if you make it 2 blocks, then once they jump, they will get stuck into the cobweb, which will make them stay here for some reason. So that these 3 blocks will prevent them from getting stuck onto the cobweb. So make sure that it is 7 blocks down. Now once you are done making the conversion section, make your way down into the kill chamber, and now we're gonna make a Trident Killer. This Trident Killer is made by Nexus, so please go ahead and check out his channel. Link to his channel will be down in the description below. This farm could have been done without his Trident Killer. Now go ahead and grab your pistons. Go ahead and place a piston like this. Make sure the piston is facing like this. Go ahead and place a piston over here, piston here, and a piston here. Once you're done placing pistons like this, make sure it's exactly like this how I placed. Go ahead and grab your solid blocks. Place a solid block here, as well as here, and do this to all other areas. Once you're done placing solid blocks, go ahead and grab your observer, place an observer here. Make sure the observer's face is looking like this, or at this block, make sure it's facing like this, and do this all the way around. Once you're done placing the observers like this, go ahead and grab your dropper, place a dropper like this. Go ahead and grab your repeater, place the repeater over here, and that piston will get activated. Go ahead and place a repeater over here as well, and go ahead and place a repeater over here. That will make the pistons flick. Now go ahead and grab your solid block, which you'll get by mining the whole thing. Go ahead and place it over here, followed by a lever, and go ahead and flick it. That will turn off the Trident Killer, and that is your Trident Killer done. Once you are done making the Trident Killer, go ahead and grab your trident. Go ahead and throw it onto the piston head. It does not have to be a fully durable trident. It can be any trident, even if it's nearly dead. It does not have to be enchanted. Any trident will work. Once you are done throwing the trident onto the piston head, go ahead and flick the lever. That will set the trident to its default state. Once that is done, go ahead and turn it off, and that's your Trident Killer set and done. Now go ahead and grab your glass blocks. Place 2 glass blocks over here. That will let the XP towards you, so make sure that you place 2 glass blocks. You can also place tinted glass as well. It's up to you. We have to build the storage system. The storage system is completely up to you. Keep in mind, you will also get non-stackables. When spawn zombies with armor turns into drowns, they will drop their armor, so keep in mind you will also get non-stackables. Go ahead and grab your chest. Place a double chest over here, well, followed by 4 hoppers connecting into each other. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Once all the 4 hoppers are connecting to the chest, go ahead and grab your walls. Place 2 walls like this. Go ahead and grab a rail. This is temporary. Place the rail on top of the hopper crouch place. Go ahead and grab your hopper minecart. Place it on the rail. Go ahead and break the rail now. The rail will be inside the chest. Go ahead and push the hopper minecart into the walls, and that hopper minecart will pick items from all the 4 directions from the center. Once done, that will be your storage system done. Go ahead and connect to the item filter or whatever that you like. The storage system is completely up to you. Once you're done building the storage system, go ahead and make your way to the spawner and go ahead and carefully break the torches. Now once you break the torches, then the zombies will start to spawn, and that is your farm done. As you can see, they spawn, they fall down. As you can see, they're gonna get converted because these cobwebs are making them stay in the water for longer. And yeah, that is your farm done. When you're going to AFK, make sure that you use a looting 3 sword. Make sure to put a looting 3 sword in your main hand so you get the chances of getting copper even more. As you can see, when the zombies spawn, they go into the cobweb, they get converted into jumps. As you can see, these guys are jumping when they fall down. That is a bug, so that is why we went 7 blocks down, which prevents them from catching into the cobweb. So make sure that you do everything correctly, and that is your copper farm done. You will not be getting copper instantly from every single ground, so keep in mind. You'll also get non-stackables as well as some nodal shells. I'll be going AFK for 5 minutes and I'll come back. Now I have AFK'd for 5 minutes. Now let's see what the drops are. As you can see, I was able to get 4 copper ingots. Keep in mind, copper drops are RNG. Sometimes you will get more copper, sometimes you will get less copper. So keep in mind. As you can see, I was also able to get non-stackables as well because they were spawned with armor, and when they come with rounds, they will drop off the armor. As you can see, the farm works completely fine. I'm hoping today's Minecraft Bedrock Collection tutorial will be really helpful for your survival worlds in order to get copper in lots of bunch, and also whatever ingredients does copper have. I'm hoping you have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and also please don't forget to subscribe because there are lots of 1.17 farms coming. And also make sure to share this video to other Minecraft players. That will really mean a lot to me, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Adios.